Welcome back to Sunday Night Countdown, everyone. I'm going to go over this real quick with you guys. This is very key. I'm going to skip the intro. I'm going to skip all that because this is very key on where the market might head. I'm going to go over exactly which levels we would be looking to hold if Russia does attack Ukraine. We have reports this morning that CBS, NBC, and the Washington Post all mentioned that U.S. has intel that Russian commanders have orders to proceed with Ukraine invasion. This means that Russia definitely can invade, so we will be looking out for any news on airstrikes in Ukraine. So jumping into the S&P 500 with you guys here on the daily chart so you guys can see what we're looking for if Russia does attack Ukraine. Again, I wanted to go over this analysis on exactly what would happen if Russia did attack Ukraine. So again, we do have our possible bear flag that we have been forming, which as you guys can see here, we do have our pull to our possible bear flag. And then you guys can see we have our flag here that we are looking to see if we can hold. And as you guys can see, we are pulling back, dropping below it. So we're going to extend this pull over, come over to the side here, and that was what would give us our price target here at 415. But now, if Russia does attack Ukraine, and again, U.S. intelligence has high reasons to believe that Russia will attack Ukraine. So if they do, which we don't want to happen, and if they don't, then we could definitely have a bounce back, a possible invert head and shoulder pull back to 415, and then a possible invert head and shoulder just like we had previously here on the S&P 500. As you guys can see, again, we did have a pullback, and we continued on into new lows. I know a lot of people were curious, what if we drop down below our previous low? Well, we have had that happen previously. We had an invert head and shoulder here, and we did continue on up. Not saying that that necessarily is going to happen or what exactly might happen. Of course, we have to go day by day on exactly what might happen with Russia, and as far as rate hikes, what exactly that might look like if we're going to reduce in rate hikes because people are coming back from unemployment. And of course, we're going to go month by month with that. And as you guys can see, again, either we do have an invert head and shoulder if Russia does not attack and possibly bounce back. Now, as far as which levels we will be testing if Russia does attack Ukraine, again, we have a lot of reason to believe that Russia might attack Ukraine. We will be looking out for that going into the next 48 hours, in my opinion, to see if they do happen to attack. If they do not attack, then maybe we gain enough confidence to have somewhat of a bounce on Tuesday. But as far as if Russia does attack, I wanted to go over these levels again. We have our 400 psychological resistance. And then as you guys can see, we have a lot of consolidation here at 380. We will be testing 380 after 400. And in my opinion, if we do continue on down from 380, we will be testing our 360 mark. As you guys can see, we did have confirmation on a double bottom here, which did play out and continued on up here after a major pullback. But again, this is going to be predicated on if Russia does attack Ukraine. And again, Biden did mention that he is convinced that Putin has made that choice.
To be clear, you are convinced that President Putin is going to invade Ukraine. Is that what you just said a few minutes ago?
Yes, I do.
What reason do you have to believe he's considering that option at all?
We have significant intelligence capabilities.
And this morning, Kamala Harris also did mention that they are still convinced that Putin has made that choice. And today, with U.S. intelligence mentioning that Russia has gave orders to attack Ukraine and that they are acting upon it as we speak, then we'll see what happens here. In my opinion, this could happen at midnight as they have a lot of air flights that are being canceled at midnight tonight, which means that they may have data that they might be attacking tonight in midnight Ukraine time. So we will be watching out for that and what might happen. But again, just keeping an eye on that Russian news is going to be key here for which levels we hold. Again, if we do have a major pullback, there's no panic here. We're just staying patient for a ton of opportunity. Now, if Russia does attack Ukraine, we will be looking for news on any airstrikes that were done to Ukraine or any cyber attacks in Ukraine, or even in here in the US, we can have cyber attacks, and that would be pretty likely, in my opinion. Again, Russia degrading the military that they're going to send their troops in makes a lot of sense on what might happen here. So now if we had enough fear because of this Russia and Ukraine war, which definitely would affect US, and who knows how each country would react to that. If China started to step in, who knows where we could head. So again, with that said, the market may be very choppy. Intraday perspective breakouts are always there. If you happen to be interested in intraday perspective breakouts, go to instabulls.com in the description below, and you will never miss a breakout with it again. And I would say for swings, longs, you may have more discounts, and for swings, definitely just be careful what you're swinging into unless you are, in my opinion, playing strength to the downside for swings. But again, just be careful for swings at the moment, in my opinion. And again, all of you Instabulls that have been coming over and supporting the channel, all of you Instabulls from the room that have been coming over and supporting the channel, I appreciate every one of you guys. Much love to every one of you guys. And again, if you guys do like this video, it does help other people find it, and it does help the channel grow. And I do appreciate it very much. And again, God bless you all, and I'll see you guys in the next video.